Hello and welcome, party people, to another episode of Right Now, where I pretend to know what I'm doing.
That's what all writers are doing.
That's pretty much what happens in this show on a weekly basis. But anyway, my guest today is Kira Burton. You know, before I announced you, I should have asked how you pronounce your name. Did I get it right?
Kira Works? You got it right. I would tell you if you didn't.
Anyway, so this should be a fun episode. We're going to do something a little different. But first, Kira had shared with me something that I'm going to share with you once I figure out how to do that. Okay. So I got it pulled up. It's working? Yeah, there we are. What's this all about?
So this is my brother's website. That's angrybrainartworks.com. And he does a lot of really cool stuff. Mainly, I wanted to talk about it because his book, Damage Inc., he just had a new comic come out for it. And he designed a character for me named Sarah in it. And she is the main character on the new Damage Inc. And I'm also a co-writer for Nod. So if you see Nod stuff on there, I am a part of that as well. That is the valid Nod.
Yes. That's that little badass teddy bear.
That is Patches. He's a real teddy bear too, and he is a little badass. So that's it came from a real life story of my niece's teddy bear that James decided to make into a great fantasy world, and so I'm having a lot of fun writing that.
That's awesome. Kids are the best inspiration.
They are. They're so fun.
And I love having characters like that are kind of cute. Because they're very.
I know everybody's going to want a Patches after this is done.
Yeah. So here's the Damage Inc. preview. So what's Damage Inc. about?
So Damage Inc. is about a group of bounty hunters. They hunt people with powers in the story, and so they're not very good at it. They get into a lot of trouble. They cause a lot of chaos, and then. James went ahead and he put my character Sarah in, and she throws a wrench into quite a bit of it. She's the only girl, and she really takes them to task and makes sure they're doing the right thing and goes off on her own rather destructive adventures. So it's pretty fun.
It does look like fun. That's always awesome when you have a bunch of nitwits and then a girl just shows up and takes them to town.
Sarah can be a nitwit too in her own way, but she was modeled after me, so what can I say? But she really helps the boys get where they need to be, and a lot of times.
Well, that's interesting. So when I click on Damage Inc., Nod goes away.
Mm-hmm.
On the what is this called? Shortcuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. I'll have to tell him that.
So go back to Nod, and what is Nod about?
So Nod is a story about a little girl and her teddy bear, and the teddy bear starts noticing that monsters are coming out of the closet. So it's this.
Is Nod the girl?
No, the Nod is the land that they go into. Oh, okay. The land of Nod is where.
Oh, they nod off, I guess.
And the precious things, children's precious things like teddy bears go there. And it's all about the monsters in Nod and little Faye overcoming sort of a coming of age episode, overcoming her traumas and fears in order to save her teddy bear who's been kidnapped.
That's always cool when imagination becomes real.
Yeah, and James's colors in this are amazing, and his artwork in it is just breathtaking. I can't say enough about his Nod art because it's really special.
It does. It looks cool. So head on over angrybrainartworks.com. Check both of them out. They're very cool stories, and both of you should be proud.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So we're gonna switch on over to our main event.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
So, for those who are tuning into right now for the first time, basic premise of the show is that Kira and I will work together to write something from scratch. I'll write a sentence, she'll write a sentence, and then we'll alternate until we have some sort of coherent work of writing. I usually say story, but we're not really doing a story this time. We're doing something a little different. So Kira is a poet. I've written a lot of poetry years ago. I haven't recently. So I'm going to be a little rusty, but we're going to write a poem. Full disclosure, I have no idea how this is going to work.
I've done this, but it's been years since I've done it with someone else. So we'll see how it goes.
And with an audience, with people watching.
That too.
Yeah, I usually have a format, so I know where to start. Usually, like if the thing is, if we're doing office supplies, right? I'm going to have the first sentence be in an office, because then the theme is we have things around us that can be incorporated into that theme. With poetry, I don't really have a theme. I'm just going to keep it open, because poetry can be abstract, it could be specific, it could be narrative based. So I don't want to really put us too much into a box. I kind of just want to have it completely free. And you know what? In that vein, I'm going to have you go first.
Okay, so just any line.
Any line,
Work
anything.
with any subject matter.
It could be, you know what, in my experience doing this, the sillier the better. It doesn't have to be silly, but it doesn't have to make sense, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It could be as abstract as possible, as surreal as possible, and then we'll just we'll wing it and we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to do like a prose poem. Let's just do a straight.
You want to do rhyming nonsense?
It could rhyme. Maybe one line rhymes, one line doesn't.
I'm all about that. I love uneven rhymes in poetry. They make me very happy, so I'm all about that. Let's see here.
So
okay.
we're having no theme other than poetry. Poetry is the theme. What are you feeling? Just go with what you're feeling. This is going to be utter nonsense. The shotgun nights were gone before the days could chase us down. Okay. The shotgun nights were gone before the days could chase us down.
Don't you add punctuation to my work.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot. It's poetry. Anything goes. I could just start like doing this and
you really could. Most people would be like, where's he coming from with the darkness in his soul?
The shotgun nights were gone before the days could chase us down. I kind of want to take that and build off of it, just rather than writing something ridiculous.
Go build off of it. That's exactly how poetry should work, in my opinion.
The shotgun nights were gone, but a butterfly. Oh my God. Did I just get like ethereal?
Daddy.
You did.
What's up? It's very funny, dude. Was the ball in there? So what was the first poem you ever wrote?
Oh, yes, I do remember the first poem I ever wrote, actually. We were in class, and I was about 7 years old, and our teacher was teaching us how to do syllables by teaching us to write haikus.
Oh.
And every other kid was like, the puppy played in the sun, and blah, blah, blah. And I did this poem about the darkness of the tiger pacing the stage. And all the kids just looked at me like, what the hell? And I was like, yes, that's how I want people to look at me forever. So I became a poet.
Yeah, I enjoy your stares.
Yes.
I don't remember the first poem I wrote. By the way, I'm just gonna ramble when we do
please
this.
do.
You don't have to listen to me. I don't remember the first poem I wrote, but I definitely remember the first story. It was kind of the same thing. They make you write in class because I guess children need to be creative and use their imaginations. Even though 99.9% of them will never write anything creative again in their life.
Well, yeah, and plus the teachers tell you to stop using your imagination because you get too lost in it.
Pick that up, David. Are we just going to go tit for tat here?
Mm-hmm.
This feels like what is like I don't know, like a bad Nickelodeon game show.
It starts out. I mean, doesn't all writing start out that way though? You write down some nonsense and you're like, "That's awful. Let's fix it." That's kind of how it works.
It's just We're just kind of like hooking up an IV drip right to our brain into the computer. Is that supposed to be they?
Yeah.
I'll fix it. Don't worry. I
Thank
got
you.
you.
Thank you.
Not gonna edit your anything without permission.
Thank you. No, I just have a thing with I'm weird about punctuation in poetry. It looks wrong to me. Question marks, yes. Periods, no. Don't ask me why.
It's fine. Everybody's got their own flavor. How they chase each other through the skies as if no one could catch the other. As if one could catch the other. Okay. All right. All right.
I like that line. I like that line a lot. We can roll with this. Twilight is my time of the day. That's my favorite.
So I don't know who said it. Who said cellar door was the most beautiful word in the English language?
Who was that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know what you're talking about, though.
So I came up with my own little most beautiful word in the English language. It was autumn twilight.
Autumn twilight. That sounds like fantastic candle. I do like that, though. The in-betweenness of it is what I dig. Like, my favorite color is gray because it's not black or white. Yeah. Whole thing with that.
Well, I like just the phrase autumn twilight. And then I ended up using it in a short 5-page comic book about cannibals. So
that's a good place. That's a good place.
It was, I don't know. It just fit. The basic story was a mom, a widow, and her son are in a cabin in the woods in, like, I don't know, the 1800s, and a drifter comes along who wants to, like, I guess, take advantage of them. Mm-hmm. And he's eating their stew, and then eventually he finds a foot in the stew, and then the end of the story is they knock him out and are going to kill him and eat him. So it was a little bit. I don't know why Autumn Twilight felt like the proper title for that story.
It kind of worked, though. Like, I can feel like that almost into winter vibe. Yeah. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
The firefly. Okay.
What's up? You're going to give me a hat?
Yeah.
Is the ball in there?
Yeah.
Do you think I can keep the ball in my head?
Yeah.
No, the ball's in the cup. It's stuck. The fireflies take over the night, glowing to illuminate, if not to see.
That's clunky as hell. I'll fix it, but
okay.
That's the first draft.
Take over the night, glowing to illuminate, if not see. Nope, let's go down.
Oh, good. You spell rhythm like an idiot too.
I
use it all the time.
There's so many words I can't spell tear. Did I do it that time? Yeah. For some reason, I always spell tear like that, and this is annoying because I run 6 Kickstarters a year, so I use the word tear a lot, and I can never spell it.
Yeah, I use the word referral and necessary constantly in my job, and nope, still can't spell either one of them. I put R's in weird places. Ooh, I like that. Orchestrated and chaotic.
I'm going to put periods just to, you know what? Forget that. There we go. Excellent.
Yay! Just ruin it. Yeah.
Period on steroids.
Orchestrated and chaotic.
Orchestrated and chaotic.
See if I can spell dichotomy by myself. Probably not.
I love that word.
Ah, yes. I do too.
Why not come in?
Oh, I can't spell the rest of the words in that sentence, but that's fine.
Wipe them off then.
I feel weird sometimes talking with people because as a writer, we have all these words we keep in our back pocket that we pull out when we need them. Nobody uses dichotomy in everyday language, but I do it in conversation. because I
Yeah.
like your word.
When I made my email address, which is iconoclast gray, I was like, people use the word iconoclast. No one uses that word. No one knows what that means. Yeah. So now every time I do my email address, I'm like, let me write it down for you.
Like dichotomy, splitting, even.
Oh, that should be humanity.
I was like, is she done?
Oh, it is on the thing. Did it? I don't know why it's not taking the rest of my sentence here.
There.
Yeah, see, no, it went weird. Hold on a second. What are you doing? There we go. Is that working? Because I put the whole word.
It says the dichotomy, splitting, even our humanity. That's what you wanted to say?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go off of that. The splitting, even our humanity. Spilling.
Do I like splitting than spilling?
Spilling. I know the one word I want to use. I'm trying to think of the other because we got these contrasts going. So I want to keep on that theme. Oh, I like this. This is weird, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Anima. I was thinking the word visceral. I love it.
Did we use sky? We'll just put clouds because we use sky. What word haven't we used yet? Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
clouds.
I know. I do that all the time. So
spilling anima and viscera across the clouds. I like that line.
I like that line a lot.
I wanted because I knew I wanted to use viscera, but I'm like, I need something to contrast viscera.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. That's really well done. I like that.
I was going to go soul, but I'm like, I could be more pretentious.
Yeah, soul's so overused in poetry.
I can be more pretentious than soul.
Yes, be more pretentious than soul.
This is actually going to be easier because usually when we're writing a narrative story, I have to like wind down in order to put an end on it. But now we could just like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about poetry.
Spread out.
I'm not used to this keyboard. It's not the computer I usually write on.
I actually stream on my wife's computer because it's better. Her keyboard is so much better than mine. Mine has been demolished by kids with orange juice fingers just sticking every single key.
Orange juice fingers, sticky children.
I'll write an entire sentence and it's just one word. It's just it's extremely frustrating. Spread out before like a vulnerable feast of emotions, slipping between the cracks at every opportunity.
I like this. We have like the dark and light of being human going on here.
Yeah. For like a vulnerable feast of emotion, slipping between the cracks at every opportunity. I'm gonna use this word, but I want to make sure I'm using it correctly. So I'm gonna Google it really quick. No, that doesn't work.
What is it?
I wanted to use cacophony.
Cacophony?
Yeah, but it's mainly an auditory thing. It's a mixture of sounds, so it wouldn't work. Here, let's just do this. We'll just use stew. Which one?
See, and then right here, you've got sort of like the, see, now we're going to move into slowing the poem down for the ending. Impregnating it with development.
Sure.
I see it. I don't know how to explain to you that we're at the middle, but we are. Now we know you've reached the point of talking enough about the dichotomy. Now you explain why you're talking about it. So
Okay.
So was
I never, I don't know, analyze poetry, or at least analyze the poetry I wrote like that.
I don't analyze
kinda-
it like in a massive way. It's just here's
No,
the
I get
point where-
yeah, you're talking about structure. I
Mhm.
never kind of did that. I just went by this. It's just weird because when I write prose, when I write novels or short stories, I'm a total plotter. I have to outline everything. But when I guess when I write poetry, I'm a total pantser. Like I just wing it and I kind of have fun with it.
That's why I'm better at poetry.
No, stop drinking my water, cat.
I like poetry because you can wing it a little bit, and it's like clay. You know, you start out with this lump of it, and you just start moving it and see what it becomes until it's art.
So that's your stanza. So humanity was born, and so we die.
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to say? This isn't what I wanted to say, but I changed my mind.
Okay. Oh. I feel like maybe beckoning isn't the right word there, though. Is it? Do you mean beckoning, or do you mean something more desperate, like clinging to being remembered or something like that? I'm asking because I'm just trying to.
I want calling, and
calling.
I thought beckoning would be a better word.
Beckoning is just very gentle. So, I mean, if that's what you're going for, fully go with beckoning.
No, don't be gentle. Demanding to be remembered. That's not what you wanted either, but I'm going to leave that.
Okay. Emotions of life demanding to be. I'm going to do another line because it's going to fit really well.
Oh, we are. Demanding to be remembered. Yet memories are all we are, and here we stand at the precipice of calamity. I don't want a. I want a small I.
There you go.
I want to put breath, but breath's not the right word. And here we stand at the precipice of calamity, inching closer.
Maybe with some kind of description, like what are you going for? Like, is the breath a gasp? Is the breath like an exhale?
No, it's more like a measurement of time.
Okay.
Inching closer. You know what? I'm going to go the other direction.
Okay.
Inching closer. Well, I want to know if there's a specific word for this. Google's our friend.
Google is our friend.
Inching closer with every inching closer with every. We'll put collapse.
With every collapse. No, I don't know. Use a comma just because it'll read better for you. So
this is what we were created for. Created from.
Okay, now you need to come up with a really good ending line.
This is it. We're done.
Then, yeah, basically, I'll teach you how I do it, but I think the ending line should go here.
Okay. And here we stand on the precipice of calamity, inching closer with every collapse. This is what we were created from. This is what we will always becoming. I don't know if this is what you like, but I'm going to do it anyway.
It's not about what I like.
Yes, it is. Anita, mate, I'm not satisfied till all my guests are happy.
Yes, I love it. That's exactly what I was hoping for, is some kind of way to wrap it back to the beginning again. Got to make it Nora Boris.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Let me see. Now, our first line is trash.
The shotgun nights were gone before the days could chase us down. Okay, we can change this.
Yeah, it doesn't go with the rest of the poem, so we're going to have to change this to something like...
Well, you could. It's your first line. I love that you don't know. The first line is just the prompt, but you don't know what you're writing until you're done. So you have to go back and change the prompt.
Yes, that is exactly. Yeah. Darkness and not despair. Okay, so the next thing we do, and I'm sorry, you just don't usually write poetry, so I'm telling you the next thing I do.
No, tell me.
Okay, so you read it out loud.
What are you doing? Are you trying to wipe her?
No, Cole needs to come outside.
Well, call her. She'll go outside. I don't know what. Forget it. You're 6-year-olds.
They have their own logic.
What's up? So what are we doing?
Okay, so now we have to read it, the night before us was splayed out and bleeding, but the butterfly soars the day, guiding us into the light. What is light if not hope? What is darkness if not despair? How they chase each other through the skies as if one could catch another. On the other side of the world, the butterfly's wings merge the two into twilight. The fireflies take over the night, glowing to illuminate if not to see. They dance to the rhythm of the wind, orchestrated and chaotic. The dichotomy splitting even our humanity, spilling anima and viscera across the clouds, spread out like a vulnerable feast of emotion, slipping between the cracks at every opportunity. The stew seeped beneath the earth, impregnating it with duality. So humanity was born, and so we die. Generations of life to be remembered, yet memories are all we are. And here we stand at the precipice of calamity, inching closer with every collapse. This is what we were created for, created from. This is what we were always coming, and it is destined to start anew. Okay, so the reason I did that is because with poetry, you want to make sure the rhythm isn't off by reading it out loud, and to make sure that the person reading it can keep their eyes where they need to be. So I think, did you see any place where the rhythm was off or any of the words you wanted to replace?
A little bit. That's the other. I'm going to do around the world instead of on the other side of the world. Around the world, the butterfly's wings merge the two into twilight. Yeah.
That's better. I also think stew maybe isn't the right word.
I mean, you knew what I was going for with cacophony. I wanted some sort of
like
mixture.
Primordial ooze type of thing, but that's not the right word either. Give me a second. Let me look this up.
It's a race. Who could come up with the best word first? Nah, concoction. That's too jerky.
Yeah, concoction's too jerky and too scientific. You want guys? Stop it.
They want your attention.
They always want my attention.
How about this one? How about the Meyer?
Yeah, that's a good one. The Meyer's a good one.
Myers.
I like that because it keeps the imagery of darkness.
I want to get the out though. Just put Meyer seeped into the earth, impregnating it with duality.
There you go. So humanity was born, so we die. So I think we have a poem.
Can we get rid of this and?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. That is clunky. Let me see.
We are here. We stand at the precipice, inching closer with every collapse.
I'm actually pretty impressed that we kept most of the rhythm. We didn't lose it that many times.
No.
That's surprising. Usually especially when two people are writing, you like go back and look at the rhythm and it's like, oh no. this went pretty well. So yeah, that's a poem. Now you need to come up with a title.
Yeah. What should the title be? How about we come up with like Autumn Twilight or Cellar Door? We come up with two words. One of us comes up with the first one, the other comes up with the second one.
Okay. All
right, just think of a word, top of your head.
Now all the words went away. Give me a second. Skies.
Skies? All right, how about this? Inevitable skies.
I love it. And now we have a poem. See? Isn't that fun?
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you for suggesting this because this was different. It was fun. It was a good idea. I don't want to highlight it.
I did.
You're highlighting it.
Yeah,
okay.
I did that on accident.
Okay. Stop sharing.
All right. Hi, Kat. I didn't even notice there was one here.
So, Kira, tell all the fabulous people can find you on the interwebs.
You can, I go under my real name everywhere. So you can find me on Instagram or Facebook or any of that stuff. You can also look for my work. I have a short horror novel and 2 poetry books published that are on Amazon. I
go by my real name too everywhere, which is not the best idea because there are a lot of Frank Martins in the world.
There aren't as many Kira Burtons, but now that I work in social work, everybody's like, don't go by your real name. Don't do that. And they're like, people will find you.
Okay. Well, this was a fun special edition of Right Now. I don't know if I could do poetry again because it's weird because when you write a story, it has to be in a specific narrative. But for some reason, that's easier than just you could do whatever you want.
It is. It's that what do they call it? The illusion of choice or whatever it is when you have too many choices and so you freak out. Yeah. I see a lot of that in poetry.
All right, guys. Until next time. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank.